Hello everyone, and welcome to my review for Part 3 of the Golden Age arc. This review is going to cover everything happening from Chapter 70 up until Chapter 94, so to the end of the Golden Age. Before I get into this review, I should mention my subscriber goal for this backup channel is to get to 1,000 as soon as possible. I want to see how long that'll take. Of course, this is my backup channel, because my main channel has 2 copyright strikes on it, and I would rather do these reviews on here, where the channel is not at risk of being deleted at really any time in the next 3 months. So yeah, that out of the way, let's get on with this review. So I've finally read it. I've read the most infamous sequence in perhaps all of anime and manga. I don't know, I haven't really heard of any more infamous than this. The Eclipse, where Griffith becomes perhaps the most hated anime villain of all time. He's certainly among the competition. Yeah, it's about as disturbing as they say it is. I can't imagine. As you guys know, this is not a blind read-through. I've been on the internet for years. I've been into anime and manga for a few years. So I'm aware of a lot of the shit that happens in Berserk. So I was aware of the Eclipse. I was aware that, Griffith has the entire band of the Hawk eaten by apostles and rapes Casca in front of Guts. So I can't imagine what it would have been like reading this without any knowledge of this happening beforehand. I mean, you have hintings that something terrible happened with the Black Swordsman arc, where Griffith is already one of the God Hand. Guts has this ungodly murder boner for him. Like, his desire for revenge against him is unbelievable. He's plagued by this earth-shattering fury in Griffith's presence. So we know he does something really fucked up. And I'd say this is about as, if not more fucked up than you would have expected to warrant that. The imagery in the Eclipse is all very disturbing. Well, no shit. How do I put this? Because it's like how, like how the sex scene between Guts and Casca is very artistic and intimate, instead of just being like porn. In the same way, the Eclipse is very artistic and it's like ethereal. I assume it's the MC. Well, is this the MC Escher or the HR Geiger shit? I know someone corrected me in like my Part 3 review or something, or not my Volume 3 review. Someone corrected me on that. There's some weird artistic beauty to all of the horrific monstrosities devouring the band of the Hawk. Something about the way that Miura draws it. I don't know what it is. Like, as we're getting into the Eclipse, I'm like, man, this is really fucked up and terrifying. Also, this is a really nice spread. I said that a few times during the Eclipse. So Griffith. Also, I read the Lost chapter. I know someone told me I had to read that. I already knew about the Lost chapter, I just didn't remember exactly what was talked about in it. I knew Griffith talked to God or whatever, what was it called? The embodiment of evil or some shit. The big heart in the void. Which it basically just reveals that, the astral plane or whatever the fuck it's called works like the warp in Warhammer, pretty much. And that humans created God and all the other fucked up stuff through their own psyche. Cool. Griffith is a well-written character. Griffith is a very well-written character. Especially when we see the visions he's being shown, as he's, being convinced to sacrifice the band of the Hawk and become part of the God Hand. Where, Griffith, you have already sacrificed so many fucking people to get that dream of yours, to get that castle. If you turn around now, you're going to join the mountain of bodies, and everyone dying will have been for nothing. It would have been literally pointless. Because all of these people were willing to give up their lives for your dream. They were willing to be sacrifices for you. So why do you have an issue with it now? Oh, you're right, I guess I don't. So, it's interesting, it's understandable. I mean, like, his motivations are understandable. But then, you had all your friends get eaten by demons in very horrific fashion. All the friends that we've come to know and love, Judeo, Pippin. It's like, what the fuck, man? Fuck you, Griffith. For anyone that says Griffith did nothing wrong, why? Like, I get it's a meme, but what actual arguments are there that Griffith didn't do anything wrong? He fucked a princess that, fucked over his plans. His plans got fucked over by him doing that in a moment of emotional vulnerability. And then he murdered all of his friends. And raped Casca. So, those sound like pretty wrong things to me. I don't know, Chief. Yeah. Also, boy, have you ever seen someone as mad as Guts. Oh man. Does Guts get fucking angry? It's a good... it was a single page, or was it there were a few pages. I've come to call them anger lines, where they're a lot thicker than speed lines for the most part. And it's whenever Guts is fucking screaming or something, usually. Mira has a few pages of those. There's one where he's, calling the apostles bastards, and then, there's the one after he cuts his own arm off to get free, and he's screaming, Griffith! Good stuff. Good shit. Also, Griffith's birth, his rebirth as Femto. I don't know, rebirth, birth, if you consider Femto to be, a new being born, it was really creepy and cool, the way it's this bird. It's like a newborn chick hatching from its egg, and it's screeching as it comes out, covered in blood and afterbirth. It was really cool, I guess. It was really sleek. Femto, has the best design of the God Hand, so Griffith, you got the most drip out of this. I will sacrifice all of my friends to achieve godly drip. Yeah. Was there something else I was thinking of from this point in the story? No, Skull Knight shows up. Skull Knight there, Skull Knight saves the day. Little fucking late, but I guess better late than never. Zod is back again. Gotta love Zod. It's funny. I actually kind of laughed when they get out of the vortex, and Zod is like, alright, I'll let you go this time, but just so you know, this doesn't settle our fight. I'm like, that sounds like cope to me, Zod. It sounds like he kicked your fucking ass. And you're coping really hard right now. Yeah. Well, at least Rickert survives, I guess. So this is when we get into the current arc. I don't know, or not the current arc, but the current setting. I forget what it's called. I know we have the Golden Age, is this the Eclipse Age, the Dark World Age, whatever you want to call it. Now, all of the fantasy creatures are going to be much more prominent, and I actually quite like the way that that's done. There wasn't a big dimension-shifting event where a bunch of creatures from the other world came and were dropped into the human world. Instead, it's these things have always been around, but now that you have the brand of sacrifice, these things are going to be drawn to you like moths to a flame. So I actually really, really like the way that that's done, where it's not, the world didn't really change, it's just your position in the world has changed. So now you're going to encounter more freaky stuff. I like the way that was done. The chapter after Guts, gets out of the eclipse when he wakes up in that place, where he runs off into, the field, and it's just him running, remembering all the Band of the Hawk, and then you have that one spread of him in a field at night, alone, there's no one there with him. It's really good. Every once in a while, every 10, 15 chapters, I get, a page, a spread, where I'm just damn. Miura was an amazing artist. He was genuinely very gifted and talented when it came to this stuff. And I'm reminded of what a shame it is that he's passed away. But the last few chapters of this arc are basically just Guts becoming the Black Swordsman. And it's cool, where it's so good after like 20 chapters of pure misery to just be back to sheer hype. Just pure fucking hype. Guts with the Dragon Slayer cleaving demons in half. It's great. It's a feeling of catharsis to be out of that fucking nightmare of the eclipse. It's great. So yeah, I think that's all I have to say. Was there anything else? Nah, I don't think so. So yeah, if you enjoyed this review, please be sure to like, comment, subscribe, and click that notification bell so you don't miss any of my uploads. I want to see how quickly we can get this channel to 1,000. I asked some people on the community tab on my main channel how I should split up the Conviction arc reviews. I saw some chapter recommendations, but then I went and looked at the Berserk wiki or whatever, and it seems like at least the Conviction arc is split up into actual chapters, so you have the Lost Children and then some other ones. So what I'm probably just going to do is I'm going to split it up among those parts of the arc. So the next review will be the Lost Children. I don't know when that review will be out. Maybe tomorrow, because I've already started reading, but I don't know how much free time I'm going to have today for that. So we'll see what happens. So thanks for watching. I'll see you guys around. Take care.